We are live at the Phoenix Raceway for the site of the Instacart 500, our 22nd race of this NASCAR Cup Series season. I should say 21st race of the NASCAR Cup Series season. This is going to be a pretty interesting one here today at 312 laps, 312 miles at the Phoenix Raceway, our only trip out in the desert this season. This is the site of the Championship 4 race in real life, but for the custom schedule season, that is not the case. History was made today, at least on the channel for ourselves. Christopher Bell on the pole for the first time, and this should be a pretty good one. We'll see if he can pull this car into victory lane and end the losing skid coming into this race today. Welcome everybody on into this race, into this stream. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. First people into the chat right now, Joshua Rumsey, NASCAR LOL, DB Forever 85. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe again for more daily NASCAR content as we are about to get into tonight's action. Again, Christopher Bell on the pole for the first time this season. And not only that, it is my first pole ever on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Bell's got a really fast race car set for this one. I think he may be the driver to beat. Brad Keselowski will start outside pole in second. He's still looking for his first win of the season. We just had another new winner last night. Kevin Harvick got the win at Atlanta. And that would have made now 13 different winners in the first 20 races of the season. So with 6 races to go to the playoffs, only 3 spots still remain. Keselowski looking to clinch one of those spots tonight. In row number 2, it'll be Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. 4 wins between the two of them. 3 for Hamlin, 1 for Martin Truex Jr. Joe Gibbs Racing as a whole has definitely been the most dominant team this year. They have the most wins collectively as an organization. Joey Logano and Kyle Larson will be back in row 3 for the start of today's race. Kyle Larson as well, still looking for his first win of the year. He's the only Hendrick Chevy not to go to victory lane. Logano still sitting with 1 win on the season. Austin Dillon and Chase Elliott will be back in row 4. They have 2 wins each. Kyle Busch and Ryan Preece will round out the top 10 in row number 5. So only 3 drivers start in the top 10 that have not won a race so far this season. We're about to get into this one here today, one of the quicker 100% races that we'll have on the season. So without further ado, let's get into this one. Ashton G. John, welcome to the stream as well. Tyler Burbeck, welcome. Racing the Daytona 500 Nintendo Switch. You got NASCAR Heat Ultimate Edition. There you go, there you go. Hopefully you guys are having fun tonight. Look to add on to the fun. Get a nice early start to your weekend with some NASCAR action on the channel. Bell trying to get the Irwin Tools paint scheme to victory lane for the first time this season as well. The green flag is in the air. We're underway at Phoenix. Bell pulls up and blocks the 2 with Keselowski on the restart instead of trying to go all the way down to the inside on the opening lap of the race. Keselowski gets shuffled out of line over running turns 1 and 2 as Logano and Hamlin make their way by. Into turns 3 and 4. Bell a little late into the braking that time. He's going to go wide, and here comes Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin to the inside. Logano's going to lead lap 1. Bell beats him back to the gas off the exit of the corner, getting the run off the top. Now he'll dive on to the inside lane going into turns 1 and 2. And as he slides up the track, here comes Logano. Side by side for the race lead again. Logano with a block into turn 3. Bell checked up big time. Hamlin with the pass on the outside. A power move that time. And Logano's led down the first 2 laps of the race. Bell going to go all the way down to the apron into the dog leg. Trying to pull closer to the 11 of Hamlin. Sends it into turns 3 and 4. 1 and 2 rather. Old 3 and 4. Hamlin crosses him back over. Great racing within the top 3 as they try to pull away from the rest of the field. Truex now to 4th place, and it is racy early on. Fight for the regular season point standings continues with just the 6 races remaining until the playoffs. And Bell was fastest in qualifying. Probably use that apron to his advantage in that qualifying session by 49 one-thousandths of a second was all he beat Brad Keselowski by. He's having a hard time trying to keep up with Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin. He keeps dropping to the apron on the front stretch, being very, very aggressive. And now really aggressive into turns 1 and 2 as well. Late in the braking zone, trying to catch up to the 11 and the 22 in front of him. Ran the middle groove that time. And he did definitely close in. You could definitely tell a lot of the closing in he did that time was on corner entry. Again, hopping to the apron. Taking the Elliott line down to the inside of the racetrack to make the pass on Denny Hamlin into the 1 and 2, and he's going for it all. Trying to get underneath the 22 of Logano as well. He slides clear of his teammate Hamlin, who's now going to try a crossover. Now he has to get out of the gas to keep it off the left corner panel of the 20. Hamlin got a good run off turn 4. Bell's going to just block him and stay up on the racetrack. Doesn't want to wear his tires out too much at this point in the run. Logano leaving a lot of bottom open. Bell trying to grip that yellow lane. The yellow lane, the inside lane on the yellow line is what I meant to say, not the yellow lane. Definitely tell Bell is gaining on corner entry, but that is allowing these cars in front of him to be able to beat him off the exit of the corner and beat him back to the throttle. Bell again looks low underneath Logano, side by side for the lead. I like Boys to Men, they make great music. Welcome to the stream. Bell overdrove turns 3 and 4 a little bit. Oh, and he's in the wall. Definitely overdrove the corner. I'm surprised Denny Hamlin didn't get underneath him. Bell still trying to keep up that momentum into turns 1 and 2 down on the bottom. Hamlin going to try to get the run off the high side. He's all over the back bumper of his teammate Bell once again. Got him with that clean air right now. He is definitely being very tough to pass. Bell drives it in deep down to the apron in 3 and 4. Going to send it out wide, cutting all the way down to the apron to the racetrack again. Oh, no, and he clipped the inside wall. Damage to the left front of Christopher Bell. He's got a tire down into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Truex. Almost gets into the back of the 20, who has to make an unscheduled pit stop. What a mistake for Christopher Bell. Oh, my goodness, I feel like a dummy. I cannot believe I did that. I don't think I've ever done that in any NASCAR video game, cutting the apron on the front stretch. Leave it to NASCAR 21 Ignition to be the video game in which we did it. I mean, we just kind of drilled the wall full speed. Not really, I mean, you could say Bell was pushing too hard, but at the same time, that was just a boneheaded mistake. Oh, what is going on? Well, we don't need this on top of it. For whatever reason, just packed us into the back of the pace car. Now we're doing a burnout behind the pace car. This is just ridiculous at this point. Well, we did have some great racing early on. I think I'm stuck. I can't do anything. My gosh. This is just... Yeah, I mean, I'm stuck. I'm not even touching him. I hit him hard. That gave us the damage. We did not have that much damage beforehand. Sean Machier, welcome to the stream. This is just... I mean, I'm going to have to restart. Well, here's the problem. I'm definitely restarting because of this glitch right here. I'm not going to lose because of this glitch. The only other thing I need to test, is it going to do this every time we hit the pits? Chasey Plays, welcome to the stream. And the crowd's going wild. We're still doing a burnout. Look at this, we're still doing the burnout. I'm gonna pit on the first lap. This is just ridiculous. I'm going to pit on the first lap and see if it keeps doing that, because if we keep having that issue... That's another new glitch. I've never had that before. Now, I've never had the #1 pit box either, because we have not qualified on the pole before. Alright. I'm going to pull down to the inside here. Gonna pit. I need to test something. I need to see if it's gonna do this every time. Has anybody else had that glitch before? Because this is the first I've had the glitch. Yeah, this is the first race I've started on the pole ever in this game, so... You know, it might do that on every track. I have no clue. Which is kind of crappy, because it's like... You qualify on the pole, and you can't even make a pit stop. No, it does it every time. Are you kidding me? I'm glad I tested this out. I'm glad we didn't get like 70 laps in before I tested it. Yeah, I can't do anything. Like, I can't downshift. I can't back up. This is ridiculous. Restart the game. I don't think that's going to matter. Because now I'm going to have to re-qualify again. Can you just, like, not... This is just... Restart the game completely. I'm going to have to do it. Yay, trivia time. No, I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to qualify again. Hopefully I qualify on the pole. Well, actually, I could set it to start first. Now that I think about it, so I guess I don't actually have to qualify again. Yes, an infinite burnout. That's true. Worst game, get Nintendo Switch game. For those of you just tuning in, not only like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, but if you are just tuning in and you're wondering what is going on right now, well, we were having another glitch with NASCAR 21 Ignition that we tried to pit. I'm gonna have to change my controller battery at some point. Let me make sure I mute it. There we go. So we were having another glitch where I tried to make a pit stop. We qualified on the pole, and every time I tried to pull into the pit lane for a pit stop, they would not pit my car. And I was just running into the back of the pace car. I know my battery's low. I'll change it before the start of the race. I don't know. I didn't test this out before I started, but I've raced at Phoenix before on the career mode. I literally just recorded the career mode play at Phoenix yesterday. So I literally just raced here yesterday, which is probably why I qualified on the pole too. I know how to run the track now, but it's kind of bullcrap though if we can't start on the pole because it's going to have that glitch every time. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it might work if we get cautions at the right time and pit under yellow, but what are the odds that every single pit stop in the race is going to be under caution? Very slim, especially with this game. I know the patch came out yesterday, but I guarantee we're going to have at least one green flag stop still in a 312-lap race. Let's go pole position. That was a good battle for the lead, too. See, it's actually kind of good I made that mistake hitting that inside retaining wall that we had to pit, because I would have found that out like 70 laps into the race when we went to make our first stop. And then if we would have had that issue, that would have been a terrible way to take us out of a chance to win. But well, Dark Crypto, I would say it makes sense considering that NASCAR 21 ignition is not good. Let's just say the game is not good, even after the patches. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is 2 days now. After the most recent patch, we have had glitches. We had it last night at Atlanta. We've had it today at Phoenix, less than 10 laps in. I think I had it set on qualifying by accident. I'm going to skip it. We should start on the pole, though, right? Why doesn't it have it? Oh, Jesus. I don't understand why it has a... Why... I had it set to pole position. You would think if you simulate qualifying that you would start on the pole. Isn't that the reason that's there? I get I have to go back in and I have to put race only. Because I know you guys are going to be saying that in the chat. But if you skip qualifying, that's the same thing as if you were not going to qualify anyway. So it should start me on the pole. But good Lord. Oh, when you put it that way, yes. But I get where you're coming from, though. If NASCAR 21 Ignition was a good game, then yeah, that would be kind of a bad business move. But stuffing or mashed potatoes? I'm not really a big fan of stuffing. We actually had like a Thanksgiving like lunch at work. They fed us at work today, and I didn't eat the stuffing. I'm just not a fan of stuffing. I've never really liked it. I mean, I like it, but I don't really care for it. I even tried taking a couple bites because I was like, yeah, what the heck? And I was like, you know what? I just don't like it. I don't know. That's like the only thing I want. That and cranberries. I'm not a big fan of cranberries either. When it comes to like Thanksgiving Day food. All right, this is not the start of the race. I need to test pitting under green to see if we're still going to have that issue. Is it? I want to know if it's like that on every track. I've never qualified on the pole before, but the first time I qualified on the pole, leave it to this game for wanting to just wreck. And try not to speed this time. Maybe that'll help. I doubt it, but Bill rolled today. Welcome to the stream. Feces plate. Welcome to the stream. And thanks for subbing as well. Greatly appreciate it. Mac and cheese. Favorite. I hate cranberry sauce. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of cranberries or cranberry sauce. Okay, the picker is out there now. Nope. See? Are you kidding me? I restarted the game too. It doesn't matter. So I found out if you qualify on the pole at Phoenix, at least at Phoenix, you cannot pit. That is just stupid. That's ridiculous. You literally cannot make a green flag pit stop at Phoenix from the number 1 pit stall. Screw me for starting on the pole. Saw the Coke 600 wreck. That was rough. Yes, it was. This game is just a massive headache. It really is. I mean, I don't actually have a headache right now, but all right, I'm gonna qualify. I can't start on the pole, so I'm gonna do my best to not qualify pole, but qualify halfway decent at least. At least. Wonder if it's like that at all. I could test it real quick. Why not? I mean, we already have to wait for the start of this race anyway. Let me test it. Let me test it on 1.5 miles. Let's just try Texas. We're racing at Texas tomorrow. I'll test it out for you guys real quick. Why not? Because I don't know if it's like that on every track or not. Because if it is, then what's the purpose of me qualifying anymore? If I can't qualify on the pole without... Like... Oh. Go down to pole position. Yeah, we're already delaying the start of the race anyway. Might as well try to see if it works. 30 to go. You're drifting for some point. Yeah. Dorian Bright to Star, welcome to the stream. At the track for the champs, fun times. Oh, at Phoenix? Nice. Yeah, I've never been to a championship race before. There's a very good chance of going to Phoenix next year, though. I want to go to I haven't been to Phoenix yet. I'd like to go while they have the championship race, so it gives me more incentive to go. But that is definitely... I haven't been to any of the tracks out west yet. There's only a couple tracks I have not been to. Well, not a couple. There's probably like 8 or 9 tracks I haven't been to. But all the... Texas and then pretty much like every... Well, and then Coda, obviously, too. With that being in Texas, now that's the new one. But, yeah, I haven't been to Fontana. I plan on going to Fontana next year. Probably Phoenix next year for the championship. I haven't been to Vegas or Sonoma, so I'm going to have to pass on those two this coming year. All right, so we're testing at Vegas. We're going to see if we can pit for the number 1 stall under green. That's all we're doing right here. Because if that's a glitch on every track, we need to get that fixed, like ASAP. Well, I mean, we need to get it fixed at Phoenix regardless, but I will get to Sonoma. My goal is to get to every Cup track. They added so many, onto the schedule last year. I want to go to Dirt Bristol now while that's on the schedule because I don't know if that's going to be a long-term thing or not. I'm going to Gateway next year with that being a new track. I was at Road America last year, new track on the schedule, a new road course, new track on the schedule. So, oh my goodness, I got to make it into the pits first. Can't wreck. All right. Forgot I had stability help on. That's probably why it was really tight. All right. Okay, so we'll see. I'm just testing out green flag pit stops. Won 2,000 betting on Will Power. Wow. Yeah, so speaking of betting, way back at the very beginning of the well, hang on. We'll see if this works. It works here. I think it's just Phoenix. I think it's just a glitch with Phoenix when you start on the pole. Again, the one track I happen to qualify on the pole in this game is the one track that we can't actually qualify on the pole without having a glitch hitting the pace car on pit road. Now, we might hit it on exit still. Our car is like in the ground. We got our pit box is quicksand. It looks like it because his feet were in the concrete as well. It's like the concrete was still wet when I pulled into the box. Okay, so it works in this track. So I guess it's just Phoenix that had that issue. But they definitely got to get going. Back to racing. Yeah, I just wanted to test that out real quick. Sorry. We were already delaying the start of the stream. So now we're about to get the race underway at Phoenix. We had that glitch that I wanted to get to the bottom of real quick. So we can't start on the pole. I'm going to qualify so I can try to qualify in the top half as close to the front as I can. I just can't qualify pole position. But I will qualify. Time for another patch, yeah. Easy fix, just moves the pace car. Yeah, just remove it. Just remove the pace car completely. That would fix it. Well, I don't know if that would fix it, though, because he still kind of blow through the pit box. Like, we just completely blow through the pit box into the pace car. For whatever reason. You know, Tyler, the trucks may very well wreck at Sonoma. That is very well possible. Considering that they have not raced there in a while. I don't think anybody in the truck series will have raced at Sonoma ever before. Well, okay, maybe Johnny Sauter in the Cup series, but that's about the only guy I can think of. And then, I guess anybody who would have made K&N starts, because I guess they race there too. Alright, so we're going to qualify real quick. 2 laps of qualifying. I guess I can unmute it now. Alright, unmuted. So I can't qualify on the pole. I only qualified on the pole by like 49 one-thousandths of a second. Anything but first. We're still going to say, for the sake of like season stats and stuff, that Christopher Bell qualified on the pole tonight. Can't take that away from us. That was not a great first lap. I had to check up quite a bit. Almost overran turns 3 and 4. I'm going to be pushing hard until I get right to the line. I'm going to check up before I get to the line. Not much, just kind of roll out of the gas a little bit. That way we still get a pretty good qualifying spot. Okay. I got out of the gas there. Okay, that's good. 4th. Poor Joey Logano has to start 12th now after starting, what was it, like 5th earlier? Other than that, though, most of the starting lineup is about the same. Keselowski would have been outside front row. Again, we're still going to say we qualified first. One more thing before the race actually starts. I'm going to test the pit road glitch one more time.
Welcome to Avondale, Arizona for the Instacart 500. Alex Hayden here, bringing you all of the action from today's Duel in the Desert. We're expecting.
All right, skipping all the intro stuff. We already got that through already. I'm going to make a green flag stop and then see if it works. From the 4th pit box, you would have to imagine that it would work. If not, I don't know where we could start in this race if it doesn't work. We might just have to start last if it I played the career mode and I had no issues with it. Now, granted, I did not qualify on the pole. So again, this is not the actual start of the race right here. I just want to test the pit road just to make sure it does not glitch out from the 4th starting spot. My goodness, they're 3 wide up there. It might be 3 wide for the lead when we actually do start the race. Get our way into the pits here. Christopher Bell has to unexpectedly yield 4 positions due to unknown circumstances. Yeah, they're probably like, "Oh, why would he lift before the start-finish line? He had the pole in the bag." You've got to be joking me. Are you kidding me? Can we just not pit at Phoenix? I don't think we can pit at Phoenix. Now, when I recorded the career mode episode, that was before the patch yesterday. So my guess is you can't make a green flag stop here. It worked before the patch. I swear to you guys, pitting under green at Phoenix worked before the patch. We're going to start last. We're going to start last. I'm going to test it out again. And if it does not work this time, it looks like we're not going to be racing tonight. Hate to say that for you guys, but it's like, what the heck? Now, this is the first race at Phoenix on the custom schedule season. I was not having this issue before the patch at Phoenix. Because, again, when I recorded career mode yesterday morning, I recorded at Phoenix, and this was before I downloaded the patch. Because the patch wasn't available until like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I recorded this pretty early. I started recording about 8:30, so I noticed the patch was up afterwards. So, before the patch, Phoenix was working fine. Now, I also started last at the same time, too, so I'm going to try starting last here. This just sucks that we qualify on the pole, and now we have to start last, potentially, just to get this race to work. I'll test it again. Obviously, you can see this is not my fault, but it's a call we have to make because the game is broken. Specifically with green flag stops at Phoenix. Obviously, we tested it at another track. We tested at other tracks, it works. But for whatever reason at Phoenix, pit road is broken on PS4. Or at least my PS4. Maybe it's not everybody's, but it's only mine. I'll have to make a green flag stop again. See if it works this time.
2 on the outside, you're 3.
Come on. It works from last. He blows right. I didn't blow through it there. I'm gonna wait it all the way out. I'm gonna wait till the car gets all the way back around. Well, it looks like Bell's gonna be starting from the rear today. We're gonna say he started on the pole for record's sake, but again, that's gonna be it. So it looks like if you qualify last, you don't blow your pit box at Phoenix, but you qualify anywhere near the front, not just first, but we qualified 4th the next time. Watch us hit the pace car on our way out. Excuse me. I had a hiccup there in the middle of my sentence. Yeah, it seems to be working fine now. So I was going to say, starting last worked yesterday, but it's unfortunate. That just sucks that even when we qualify on the pole for once, we still have to start in the back. Oh my goodness. Alright. Well, we'll restart. At least we know it works. Pulled the chainsaw out for no damage, yeah. So Anthony Alfredo, I was going to say, with not qualifying at all, the starting order is going to be completely randomized. Kislowski, who would have started 2nd originally, he starts 11th now. Logano, who would have started 5th originally, starts 15th. Denny Hamlin, who would have started 3rd originally, he is... Where's he at? He's back at 34th. And obviously we qualified pole, now we're back in last, so that's unfortunate. The things you hate to see. Well, it looks like we're going to get this race in all of a sudden. What is this? An hour late? I was supposed to run at 6. I got home a little later, and I wanted to make sure I ate my my sub from Subway that I got after work because I knew I was going to be kind of crunching it on time. I had to bring home a honey-baked ham. All right, so Christopher Bell will still get record for his first pole of the season tonight. It took 21 races to do it. He'll lead the field out of technicality to the green, even though we'll be seeing him at the back, and it'll be a wild ride to see if he can get to the front. We know he's got a fast race car. We'll see how fast of a race car exactly he's got. Green flag is in the air in the Instacart 500 at Phoenix. This is the second day in a row. Well, I should say the second race in like, what, a 3 or 4 day stretch that we had to delay the start of the race by at least an hour. Third, actually. It's the third now. Because Daytona, we had to delay an entire day. So it's the third race this week we've had to delay the start because of glitches. But Christopher Bell is going for broke early on. It's a long race, as usual with the 100% races. 312 laps, 312 miles around this 1 mile short track, flat short track at that at Phoenix. 72 degrees, partly cloudy skies in the desert. Dennis Hyde, welcome to the stream. Bell down to the apron on the front stretch to make a couple passes. So having to come from deep in the field. After Bell qualified on the pole. Pit window is going to be sitting at 72 to 84 laps tonight. Again, I know that because of the career mode playthrough yesterday. We'll likely be pitting before the AI because they seem to be able to take it a little bit further at Phoenix for whatever reason. Oh, and then again, that was before the patch, so maybe that'll change, but we're shooting for about lap 72 being the first pit stop of the day if we don't get a caution. Oh boy, 3 wide, contact. Corey LaJoy. That got the 20 car a little loose for making that contact. Both the Spire Motorsport cars are in the middle of the 3 wide action. The AI still checks up in the dog leg. At least the slower cars do. The faster cars do on the longer run, I've noticed. So that is going to be where Bell's going to be able to gain the most time. Is right off the exit of turn 4 all the way down into turn 1 today. A lot of 2x2 traffic up here. Bell is in 28th early on. Big checkup on the inside line. Bell's going to cut it down to the apron. And he's already caught the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Martin Truex Jr. as well, who's got a fast race car in the middle of the pack. Look at the 48 of Alex Bowman go up the middle to make some moves. And he makes contact with Quinn Houff as well down the backstretch. We're entering into turns 3 and 4. Bell underneath Quinn Houff now on the front stretch. He's going to take it 3 wide. Underneath Bowman and Truex. Hamlin trying to get underneath McDowell. Bell slides underneath Denny Hamlin. Bell slides up the racetrack into the side of the 34, and Hamlin's able to cross him over. Oh, and now Bell gets into the left rear of McDowell again. A little bit of contact there. A little bump and run as he clears him off of turn 4. Bell going to look to the high side. Hamlin got checked up behind James Davidson in the 15. Bell going to go wide into 1 and 2. Running the higher lane. Outside does work here at Phoenix in this game, especially in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is a little harder. That is the flatter corner on the racetrack. Bell underneath De Benedetto. Now Priest. And he's already inside the top half of the field. I believe he's up to 14th after making the pass on Priest. De Benedetto will get around Priest in turns 1 and 2 as well. Denny Hamlin right behind both of them. Bell has an absolute rocket ship today. 9 races since his last victory of the season. He's got 4 wins in the first 12 races, none since. This is race number 21. Still has the most wins on the year by 1 over teammate Denny Hamlin. 3 drivers with 2 wins as well. Bell barely clears his teammate Kyle Busch now for position off of turn 2. Again, this is our only trip to Phoenix this season. Yeah, Hamlin's definitely got a fast car in this one. Obviously, we saw that before the glitches at the very start. Joey Logano is going to be one to look out for as well. He didn't start as far back after the reset as the other fast cars like Hamlin, Truex, and Bell. So he may be the leader for quite some time, and it's going to be tough for Bell to get up there. One thing in the career mode, I seem to get through the lap traffic better in the career mode. I would assume Bell can likely do the same thing today. Though that was a 50% race. This is a full 100% race tonight. We do have one more 50% race in the custom schedule season. That is going to be at Talladega in a few races. It'll be a 94-lap event, 250 miles there, on the third to last race of the regular season. Bell underneath Chase Elliott. Brad Keselowski likely going to have a faster car as well. He's running in 9th place early on, although he has not really moved forward since the start. Elliott with a pretty big and bold move, going 3 wide up the middle. Clears Keselowski, clears Bell. What a move by Chase Elliott in the 9. Up the gut, 3 wide in turns 1 and 2, and Elliott has shown some speed underneath the Hendrick engine. Bell gets tight. Got back in the gas a little too soon with him being double wide in front of him. Elliott pulls the pass on the 17 and Buescher, who checked up a little bit more. Bell's coming in high and he gets into Larson. Larson somehow never got loose or anything, and it's going to launch him past the 99 of Suarez to get to 6th. Bell and Larson have had a little bit of a run-in with each other today, and now Suarez with a late block into turn 3, and Bell couldn't get checked up in time again. Elliott to the outside of Daniel Suarez. Bell's just going to follow the 9 cars. Suarez is holding up the bottom. Bell into the back of Elliott. He is overdriving the corner just a little bit too much behind these other drivers. And be careful not to damage the car too much. We're only on lap 16. Those Hendrick Chevys look fast. Might be a Hendrick versus Gibbs kind of a race today. Elliott in the middle lane. Bell in the wall off turn 4. Pushes too hard again. Suarez gets back by. Blaney to the inside now into turns 1 and 2. And now Suarez to the outside. Bell trying to get the outside lane to work. He's going to be 3 wide. As Blaney and Bell split Daniel Suarez in the 99. Suarez still holds clear on Bell. Crosses him over to the inside. Bell sends it into turns 3 and 4 to get by the 12 of Blaney. Slide job, barely pulled clear. Blaney lifted, let him in. Taking that line away in the middle of the corner for Bell, sliding up in front of the 12, allowed the 99 to have a big run. Bell coming in hot into turns 1 and 2. Diamonds the corner off, and he's got a run on Larson. Elliott passed Larson the last lap as well. Bell to the inside of Kyle Larson into turn 3. 7th place. Going to try to back the corner up a little bit. Drives it in deep. Check up by Larson in the dog leg allows Elliott to make the pass. Elliott dive bombs underneath Chase Elliott for position. Elliott tried to cross over Bell. Diamonds a corner off again. Really cut the 9 off. Had the glitch happen on your Xbox at Phoenix? Do you just test it out, I'm guessing, too? Ethan, welcome into the chat as well. Had as many as 28 people watching the stream already, so thanks for everybody tuning in. Currently 20 people watching. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Currently 12 likes on the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already as well. Oh boy, Bell keeps getting back into the gas too soon off turn 4. That's the 3rd time he's had to check up. One of the times he already got in the wall. The other 2 he was barely able to keep it off the wall. Again, minimal assists are on with the 750 tracks. For the throttle sensitivity on low, and then the stability itself is on low as well. So the car still kind of wiggles around. You still got to be safe, but it's not wanting to spin out every single lap, which makes the game playable when you're trying to do a full race, as we always do here on the channel. Drake Lagnington, welcome to the stream. Crypto, welcome back as well. Cascarella pulled down to the bottom. Bell had Kurt Busch cleared. Busch going to get stuck behind Grollo off turn 4 as Bell makes the pass. Christopher Bell is inside the top 5. Despite starting on the pole, he has not led a lap yet. Definitely seems like he's getting through the lap traffic a lot better here. Huge battles for position right now. Got Byron and Reddick side by side holding each other up. Look at Byron up the middle. He's going to send it. He cuts off the 20 of Bell, and he uses the lap car of David Reagan as a pick to get by the Jimmy John's Ford of Kevin Harvick. Bell up to P3. Logano leads. William Byron, again, those Hendrick Chevys looking fast today. Elliott Larson looked fast. Byron is in second. Bell to the inside of Byron, perhaps off turn 2. Not quite going to get there yet. Byron going to pull the block. Bell trying to go a little lower. Still beats Byron to the inside in 3 and 4. Gassed it up a little too early, though. Now he's going to go down to the apron into the dogleg. Trying to make the pass on the 24 car. And he's clear up. And he drives it in deep. He gets into the 22 of Logano. He overdrives the corner. Bell came in hot with that awkward corner entry down on the bottom of the track. Now he's going to pick himself behind the lap car of Justin Haley. Logano again holding on to the lead, but barely. Did a great job not spinning the car out. Bell to the outside on Logano into 1. Side by side for the race lead. Bell, patient, getting back to the gas. Now gets the run off the exit of the corner. Logano probably going to try and side trap. Bell with a block into turn 3. Pulls clear. May have overdrove the corner a little bit, though. Cutting it down a little late. Logano looking to get there. Bell blocks and now swoops all the way down to the inside, trying to gap the 22. Bell just led his first lap of the race that last time by at lap 27. And Christopher Bell, from the pole, finally leads a lap. And now is looking to get away as he's got a rocket ship of a race car. This beautiful Irwin paint scheme. It is a long race, and we never know how the cautions could possibly play out in this one. We had a NASCAR 21 ignition game high, 7 cautions last night at Atlanta. That was a 400-mile race. This one only 312, but it's more laps with it being a short track at the same time. We'll have to see what adjustments might be made as we get later and later in the race as well with Bell compared to everybody else. Cairo, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you just got to move the stability on the 750 tracks to not be loose. I mean, that's the only way you could get around it, even with the tightest setup. I mean, the car just wants to snap. It's got, I think part of the problem is it's got a natural pull to the left, so you're kind of having to counteract that down the straightaways. That's my guess, at least, as to why the car is as loose as it is. But yeah, the 750 tracks, road courses are a little easier, but the 750 ovals especially, you have to have stability help on. The problem is, with stability, even limited stability like this, the car gets tight. And the longer the run goes, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter on top of it. Especially at Dover. Dover's really, really bad, but that was the only way we were able to, you know, even compete. We got a 4th place finish. We got to the end of the race. It's the only way we could get to the end of the race on the 750 ovals with the 100% race length. Again, champion difficulty for all the ovals and road courses except for the super speedways. Super speedways on expert difficulty. Some tracks it's still a little too hard, like Atlanta last night. We were definitely struggling for speed, but still got a top 10 at the end of it. Probably in all reality, if it wasn't for the game putting us 3 laps down because of not scoring right under cautions certain times. We should have been on the lead lap and we would have finished 5th. Last car on the lead lap, ideally, but fortunately we lost laps under the cautions for whatever reason. And again, we finished 10th, but still made up a little bit of ground on Denny Hamlin, who finished 18th. Hamlin, the points leader, coming in. And William Byron, by the way, is actually second in the regular season standings now. He's got a chance to win the regular season title over Hamlin here. He's only 29 points behind him coming into this race today. We still got 6 races to go coming into this. No stage points will be awarded for this custom schedule season at least, as well as the first season of the career mode. So again, guesstimating that Bell will pit about every 72 laps in this race today. It's probably going to be about a 4 pit stop race at least. Again, this is all kind of banking on how the cautions are going to play out in this one as well. He plans on pitting during every caution if we get any, unless like he just hits the pits. Try and get any laps back if he ends up going a lap down. You are definitely going to lose a lap at least here at Phoenix. Very long pit road. On top of that, it's a short track as well. So you will definitely lose a lap or two, no matter how fast your pit crew is. It flies to the outside of David Reagan. This game is a heart attack waiting to happen. I think somebody mentioned that the other night. I don't know if it was you or not, Joshua, but that is very true. That is very true. The entire sport is. It can be that way at times. That top 10 last night for Christopher Bell at Atlanta was his 8th top 10 of the year. He is sitting with 6 top 5s on the season and, again, 4 wins. So definitely lacking consistency, which is why he is not in the top 10 in the regular season standing. So he will lose out on perhaps possibility at playoff points there. He can definitely still get back inside the top 10, considering we still have 6 races left until the playoffs. But he's going to have some strong runs if he's going to want to finish well inside the top 10. From here on out, he's still mathematically got a shot for the regular season title. Logistically, it's not going to be likely he's going to get there. He's about 3 full races behind Hamlin. And obviously, Byron's less than a half a race behind Hamlin. Or I guess, considering there's no stage points, 29 points is over half a race. So, again, he's going to need some help. I think there's 3 or 4 drivers right now that are within 1 race worth of points on Denny Hamlin, because Bowman's not that far on points behind Byron either, and I believe Kyle Busch is also in the top 4 right now, and Busch is running 20th. He is not having a great start to this race at all. He's already a lap down as well. Bubba Wallace, first car lap down in 19th that time, returns 1 and 2. We are over halfway through the first tire stint of the race. Just over 40 laps in. Bell has been leading for about 15 laps consecutively now. Big chunk of lap traffic coming up. He's going to try to get past every single one of them on the front stretch. He at least gets to the inside of Suarez into 1 and 2, and he'll make the pass on him there. And the AI does not want to run the apron in the dog leg. They have not done that, I don't think, on any NASCAR game ever since this Phoenix configuration came into place. I believe 2014 was the first year they had the grass taken out of the... It was still the backstretch at the time. I know they didn't move the start-finish line over here until either 2016 in the fall or 2017. I can't remember exactly what year it was that they moved the start-finish line around, but as far as like the actual backstretch being open, or at least that dog leg being open, whether it was the front stretch or the backstretch, I think 2014 was the first race. Alex Bowman trying to make a pass underneath Corey LaJoie. Bell had a big run on the front stretch as usual there. Clears LaJoie, barely cleared Bowman down the back stretch. I thought for a second Bell moved up a little too early, but I guess he timed it perfect. Definitely washes up the track at 3 and 4 quite a bit. Bowman took a peek. Bell left the bottom open for him, but that checkup in the dog leg. Bowman allows Bell to pull clear into 1. Once we get the faster of the cars to actually cycle towards the front, if we do get a caution, I think it can be really racy, especially on the restarts until lap traffic becomes a factor. But Christopher Bell is definitely the fastest car to roll through the lap traffic. On top of that, it definitely seems like he's got a very good long-run car, of course, as well. Only 10 cars now in the lead lap. We're only at lap 50. Just imagine if we were able to actually lead laps in the early going, or at least contend for laps led in the early going. I just realized I still have my old controller, so I'm going to pause it and exchange it out for my battery dies and we wreck. All right, I'm back. Just kind of dawned on me randomly. Oh my goodness, completely blew turn 3. I thought we were going into the wall there for a second. You would think pausing it on the straightaway would have given me plenty of time to break into the corner, but I still mistimed it. One of the faster cars in the field, Denny Hamlin. Looks like he's about either 7th or 8th. He's side by side with Tyler Reddick for 8th place, I believe, or 7th place rather. And now Hobson line behind him. Guys are just struggling in lap traffic. Bell looks low underneath Kurt Busch. Kurt drives it in pretty deep. He's not going to get picked behind the 34 car. Harvick is stuck behind the 37 of Ryan Preece right now. He's going to look to try and get low, but Bell is going to beat him to it. Harvick trying to side draft the 20 now. Harvick thought about going up the middle, but there just was not enough room. Bell is gaining on Hamlin. Cuts to the bottom. Clears him into turn 1. There's Larson in the 5 and 7. This has to be the fastest car Christopher Bell has had all season long. He has not won on a 750 oval this season, though. He has had good, consistent finishes. No wins to show for on 750 ovals. He does have 2 wins on 750 tracks, both on road courses at Sonoma and Indianapolis road course. 3 wide. Bell is being risky with it down into turn 3. Ross Chastain, Eric Jones to his outside, clears everybody. Had to get around Blaney and Truex quickly down the backstretch as well. Truex passes Blaney for 5th. Now only 4 cars on the lead lap at Phoenix on lap 55 is Christopher Bell putting on a clinic. Actually, there's Jones. I don't know who that was on the outside earlier then. Didn't realize he was in the Armor All paint scheme for this race today. Chase Elliott, last car on the lead lap at 4th. Won the championship race and the championship itself in 2020 at Phoenix. Bell's definitely getting off of turn 2 really, really well right now. Blows by Chase Elliott. Bell slipping up the racetrack. Elliott's going to get the crossover, it looks like. Oh, he had to lift to keep it off of Bell's left rear corner panel. Couldn't get enough turn in the race car longer into this run. Well, 15 laps away from green flag pit stops for Christopher Bell. Will be the first of the night. Again, we should not have a glitch missing our pit box. Then again, it could happen under caution, but we have not tested that out yet. Under green, we should be all right. To the outside of Anthony Alfredo. All the way back at 35th. Boy, he has dropped a lot of spots after qualifying towards the front of the field. Denny Hamlin back inside the top 5. A couple seconds behind Elliott for 4th. Got 3 cars on the lead lap. That would be Christopher Bell, the leader. William Byron in 2nd, and then, Willie Byron in 3rd. Joey Logano in 2nd place still. I'd say the 5 fastest cars in the field are definitely the top 5, and I think Larson's in 6th. And he's got a fast car as well, so realistically, any one of those 6 can win tonight. Now, of those 6, all of them have wins this season, except for Kyle Larson. Even Reddick and Harvick, who are 7th and 8th, have wins this year. But remember 2 races ago when Josh Bilicki got the upset win due to the randomization of the finishing order because we DNF'd late at the Charlotte Roval. So it just goes to show anything can happen. I just cannot believe that 2 Rick Ware cars are likely going to make the playoffs unless we have more than 16 different winners between Josh Bilicki and Cody Ware winning on road courses. Cody Ware winning the 2nd race of the year at COTA. And then again, Josh Bilicki winning just a couple nights ago at the Charlotte Roval due to the randomization of the finishing order. Thus DNFing. Otherwise, I don't think they would have won a race this season. Maybe a super speedway, you never know, but it wasn't on a super speedway. They definitely wouldn't have won those races. And they might luck out. The only problem is, again, 13 different winners coming into this race. It is not impossible that we could have more than 3 different winners that have not won a race, considering the teams that have not won this year. Keselowski has still not won. Blaney hasn't won yet. Kyle Larson hasn't won yet. I mean, that's 3 drivers right there just to get us to 16. Kurt Busch hasn't won. He's a defending champion. Ross Chastain looked quick at Atlanta, finished second on speed, and led a lot of laps in the first half of the race. Maybe he can have another strong run. I don't think Keselowski's night's going to be tonight, though, considering he's in 18th. Qualified on the front row, second, but he is definitely not having the race pace compared to the qualifying pace he had. Lap 65 now. It'll be interesting to see if Bell can lap Logano before he has to pit. I think he will. He's only got about 7-8 laps before he pits, but Logano's less than a second ahead of him, and Bell's the fastest car on the racetrack right now. Definitely going to have to make sure that we don't repair any damage when we do make our stop. I was going to try to take it past lap 72 if the crew chief doesn't say anything, but I'm guessing about lap 72 like it was in the crew mode. Unless the patch might have messed with the fuel window here, which is not impossible. Got onto the high side. He's surviving for now, getting around Daniel Suarez and Cody Ware. Bell's going to go all the way down to the apron, really desperately wanting to put Logano a lap down. Taking that bold, aggressive move, kept Logano behind Half long enough before Logano was able to get to the bottom underneath Half. Bell underneath Austin Dillon and clears him down the backstretch now. Logano's trying to hang in there. Got to give Logano an A for effort right now. Bell got caught up behind Chris Buescher. He's going to go to the outside off turn 4. Gets around the 17 car there. Logano stuck behind him in the dog leg after Buescher checked up, and that is for sure the clearance a runaway Bell needs to get away from Logano before he pits here very shortly. Now he's going to give up the lead and probably going to fall a lap down, so he is really banking on this race staying green long enough at least to cycle through pit stops. It's going to be a risk. When you have the fastest car in the field like Bell does right now, it's definitely going to make for a tough decision. Jumps to the outside in turns 1 and 2, trying to make a pass on the 14. Chase Briscoe has to cut down the center of the corner. Briscoe got really tight, kind of washed up. That was even before the 20 took the line away. The dirty air, not as big of a factor with the smaller rear spoilers on these short tracks and road courses, but it is still a factor. Well, again, another dive bomb to the inside. Gets by DiBenedetto, gets by Haley. So again, Bell has lapped the field in the first 70 laps of the race here tonight at Phoenix from the pole in the Instacart 500. First pole of the season for Christopher Bell. I'll start high, diamond in the corner off that time in turns 1 and 2. Almost some contact between Michael McDowell and Ryan Preece off the exit of turn 2. They side drafted each other enough. Bell was able to get by with ease. They're at lap 72. I don't think Bell's going to have to pit yet. Crew chief has not said anything about Bell having to pit. So maybe he can take it about as far as everybody else. Which would be closer to about lap 84, 85, which would help Bell a ton. Not putting him in a kind of a risky situation with having to be the first car into the pits. I mean, he still might have to be, but he's not going to pit quite as early as what we were expecting coming into the night, which also could change to possibly make it a 3-stop race versus 4 for him if he is able to make it closer to about 85 laps. That's about an extra 12 to 13 laps per run. Yeti Cup Series, welcome to the stream. This would be a momentum shifter for Bell as well. There's a lot of 750 ovals remaining on the schedule, and a lot of them are in the playoffs. We go back to Nashville for the second time this year in the playoffs. We go to Martinsville again this year in the playoffs. Even as far as the road courses, we still got Watkins Glen, Road America, and a second trip to the Charlotte Roval. It's a lot of 750 tracks still on tap. Darlington towards the end of the regular season. The second to last race of the regular season. Richmond, for the second time this year, will be the final race of the regular season. So to get the first win on a 750 oval out of the way, perhaps tonight, if all things continue to go the way they are right now. Again, no way of telling how the cautions can play out in this one. Car's still handling great, even on the long run, over 75 laps in. Yes, we do have a playoff on this custom schedule season. Same as what it is in real life. The only difference is that there's no stages, so no playoff points awarded for stage winners because there are no stages in this game currently, and then also, with being no stages, no stage points. So it's kind of similar to the 2014 to 2016 layout. We're still going to be a 16-man chase. The only difference is our playoff points will carry all the way through the playoffs. They did not carry all the way through from 2014 to 2016. That will be the only difference. But as far as no stages go, all that will be the same. Obviously, the tracks are much different with the custom schedule. Still got 3 more super speedways left on the schedule, too. We got 2 more trips to Dega yet. And then 1 more trip to Daytona for a 400-mile night race. It'll be a 250-mile, 94-lap race at Dega on the third to last race of the regular season. The only 550 tracks off the top of my head I can think of that we have not been to that will still appear on the schedule is Texas, which would be on the next race on Sunday. It will not be streaming tomorrow night, but we will have a career mode premiere of NASCAR 21 Ignition at Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 200. Be our first 50% race of the career mode, but that is already recorded. That will be up on the channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Will be the start there. So lap 81 at the line that time, so Bell is running pretty low on fuel. They're going to stretch it to lap 84 will be the plan. 3 wide action into turn 1 that time. Still nobody else's pit. So Bell's going to push it a few laps further. They'll pit at lap 84 will be the plan. Unless he starts sputtering before that. At least it's a short track. He should be able to get all the way back around if that did happen. He doesn't want it to happen. But if it did happen, you knew it. He's going to go down, save maybe a little bit of fuel going down to the apron of the racetrack on the front stretch. Drives it in really deep. Checked up in time behind the 18 of Kyle Busch. Bell stays out this time by. He'll pit the next time by. It still looks like he is going to be the first car into the pits. I've not seen anybody else pit yet. Bell down to the inside once again, and he'll stay down low so he can enter into the pit lane. .45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit at Phoenix. Bell's got the first pit box. 4 tires, no adjustments. For the 20 team of Christopher Bell. Lap 84. Sees the first car into the pits. Now just hoping that it stays green to cycle all the way through, and he should be back in the lead once again. With as big of a lead as he had. Pretty quick pit stop for Bell's crew. And trying to get the first win with Irwin this season. The only 4 wins we had this year, we had 2 with DeWalt and 2 with Ream. No wins for Craftsman or Irwin. And in fact, both of our races that we ran with Irwin this season, we did not make it to the end of. So, trying to break that streak here today. Logano has not actually cycled back to the lead yet. Now he has. Actually, I think he did before that, but it was kind of slow. Looks like Bell is in 11th, 12th. I don't know. It's still... The leaderboard's lagging a little bit. And so Bell was the first car to pit at lap 84. We have a lot more cars into the pits now this time around. That stayed out about a lap or 2 longer than Bell. Considering he had a 1-lap lead, I guess really it's only about a lap longer. Bell's definitely going to have to be careful jumping to the inside with a lot of these guys pitting, so he's going to stay wide and stay high just in case. Hoping he can again cycle back to the lead as he actually passed Reddick for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Reddick got caught behind the 51 of Cody Ware. So Reddick had not pit yet. Bell has already gotten back out in front, so he led all but 1 or 2 laps. With him being the first car into the pits, but now Bell is right back in the race lead again, so if we did get a caution, it would not be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, definitely the fastest car Bell has had so far this season. Obviously, again, he had never qualified on the pole before the start of this race, but it's got race speed as well. No adjustments that time. We'll just have to see if anybody else can make adjustments to try and catch up to the 20. Oh, man, 99. Suarez is all over the place. Thought he was going to wreck there. Truex and Bell had to jump way out of the gas. Truex even more so because he got stuck behind the 99 of Daniel Suarez. He was shaking around quite a bit, turns 1 and 2, and I thought he was going to loop it. He did not. Haven't seen a spin yet today, let alone a caution in general. Denny Hamlin cycled up to 3rd place after his pit stop. Martin Truex Jr. is closing in. As Martin Truex Jr. perhaps made some adjustments to catch the 20 of Bell on speed as he looks to the outside of his teammate. Lap car is going to get in the way. Bell had to check up and let Truex go off the exit of 4, and now we have a caution. Caution's out for the first time today, just shy of lap 100. Bell in the lead, and Truex just got his lap back right before the yellow. So top 4 will be on the lead lap. Again, I don't know what's going on. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what's going on with the game. That was not me. It was, oh, the AI. What is wrong with the AI? Green flag back in the air. Christopher Bell has a lot of it. Where's everybody else at? Oh, man, everybody's slow. They're 4 or 5 wide on the restart into turns 1 and 2. Cars are pitting all of a sudden. Bell's just trying to stay out of the way of everybody. Now we got another caution. Another caution back in the pack again off the restart. I don't know what is going on. Austin Dillon's in the inside wall, so we had 2 cautions back to back. Oh my goodness, this game is so bad. They have obviously... And we got another... We have a caution before we even get back to the restart again. What is going on here? We got cars taken off. I don't even know if I have control of everything. Another caution. What is that, our third? No, 4th yellow. 4th yellow. We got cars that just keep stalling out on the racetrack. Another caution. This is getting nuts. We're just going to keep staying out of the pits here. I don't even know why we're not restarting. Like, we're restarting in first. This might take us to the end of the race. We might set a record for most cautions ever in a race on the channel. The way this is all playing out. Austin Dillon keeps stopping on the inside. Everybody just keeps stopping on the restarts. I think the game broke. I think it did too. We're at lap 132. I don't think this is slowing the race pace down considering how quickly the cautions are all coming out. Bell may get back to the restart then. Nope, not this. Yeah, the game is definitely broken. The game is broken. At some point, though, Bell is going to have to pit for fuel. He just pit at about lap 100. I don't know how much longer we can make it. We're able to actually control the car on the restarts, somewhat. So that's our 8th caution of the race. Our record is 17. I think we're going to get there. I'm optimistic the game will not break anymore. I don't know what's going on. Yep, another caution. That's number 9. I mean, you can't even really do much realistic commentary with this anymore. I mean, they are stalling out well before the Geico restart zone. Oh, finally got into the Geico restart zone that time before our 10th caution of the race. I wonder if we pit, if it won't be broken anymore. That's the 11th caution of the race. Bell's going to stay out quite a bit here. He can go 84 laps on fuel. We're lap 162 right now. I would have to imagine he's saving fuel under the caution. There's our 12th yellow of the race. Bell going to stay out another time. I just imagine a lot of cars keep getting the free pass. It was Austin Dillon checking up every time, but now it's like different drivers. And another caution, our 13th of the race. Bell going to stay out of the pits one more time. Lap 174. Bell's going to have to pit if we get another caution on the restart. And there it is, another yellow. So now Bell will pit. So Bell will pit now. Not gaining spots, no, but that's because we're still in the lead. So not going to make any repairs. 4 tires and fuel coming up right now for the 20 of Bell. Looks like a lot of other cars are pitting under the yellow. I wonder if this might fix all the cautions that we were having there. That's a new glitch. It's another new glitch. There we go. Now Bell's on the front row. So now Bell's on the front row like we should be. I think we fixed it with pitting there, but we kind of had to pit because of the fuel situation. So 14 cautions in this race. It is a NASCAR 21 ignition record, and we are not even done yet. We are past halfway all of a sudden. Yeah, we will get some racing in after all. Oh, and now a tire's down on Bell. Oh, the game, I have no control yet. The game just wrecked us. The game has just wrecked Kevin Harvick and Christopher Bell. My goodness. I mean, the game just wrecked us on the restart. That's our 15th caution. Another pit stop for Christopher Bell. That was not me. I have no control of the car until we get to the start-finish line. So I'm just banking on the game not wrecking us. JVC1103, welcome to the stream. Yeah, they were all in a row. I don't know what's going on here. NASCAR ignition sucks. Yes, it does. It's taken away from... Now we're at the back of the pack, but Bell's still in the lead. So Christopher Bell is still in the lead, but he's at the back of the pack. Gonna cut all the way down to the inside. Green flag back in the air. We got cars stolen out. Might have some cars pitting this time into 1 and 2. Bell's going to go down to the apron of the track trying to stay out of the way. They're 3 and 4 wide off the exit of the corners. Bell's still trying to get down low. Oh my goodness, barely missed Corey LaJoie and Cody Ware. This is just nuts. By far the craziest race we've ever had in NASCAR 21 ignition. Bell's in the lead after all of it, though. I don't know what's going on. But we are back to green flag racing. I'm not sure why everybody was pitting after the cautions. Well, not everybody, but I don't know who's all on the lead lap anymore. Bell's still going to have to pit one more time before the end of this race as we're at lap 188. We are not sure who is on the lead lap. Here's the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Getting by on the outside. He's got some lap cars in front of him checking him up. 15 cautions in less than 5 minutes. A new NASCAR record, I guess. And we are only 2 cautions away from tying the record on the channel for the most cautions ever. William Byron getting loose after coming out of the pit lane. Matt DiBenedetto checked up. Bell gets by Byron down the back straightaway. We have damage because of the game as well, with those cautions coming out. Devin McGilroy, welcome to the stream. Why cut the dog leg if the AI don't? Because it's legal. Just because the AI isn't smart enough in this game to do it, I'm still gonna do it. I don't do it every lap though. It does burn the tires off, but when everything's clumped together on just after a restart like it was right there. Not bad. Really tight that time. Eric Jones, Anthony Alfredo, as they were 3 wide. So that damage didn't actually register because Bell is still really fast. I think with it happening before we actually had control of the car, that's why the damage isn't actually slowing us down at all, even though it's physically there. Yeah, no problem. No problem for question. Todd McDanger, welcome to the stream. So we all of a sudden have about 120 laps to go here at Phoenix. Again, one more pit stop still to the end of the race for Christopher Bell. Not sure what the AI is looking like to the end of the race as far as, will they have to pit once or twice? Because I don't know what cautions they pit. A lot of them pit after the restart, but not all of them. And we have no clue how big of a lead Christopher Bell has in this race as well. Again, we are just 2 cautions shy of a new record on the stream. I don't know what happened with all those glitches. So there's a pit road glitch, and I guess there's a caution glitch at Phoenix. I was scared the game was going to break after so long. We had to pit, though, so we didn't run out of fuel on one of the restarts. But I was willing to wait it out while we were in the lead, so we led pretty much all those laps. And even after we pit, Bell won the race out of the pits. Denny Hamlin in 3rd place is behind Bell. I'm not sure if he's 1 lap down or if he's however many laps down he is. If there is another car on the lead lap outside of course, race leader Christopher Bell, would be whoever's in 2nd. And again, I have no clue who's even in 2nd place right now. Because for whatever reason, even though we restarted from the lead, we still restarted at the back. So, I don't know. It's like everything's just wonky with this game.
Stay high. Clear, clear, clear. Stay right. All right, keep it high.
Keselowski down on the bottom. Christopher Bell trying to pass him on the outside. Brad holding on strong. He's in 16th, and we know he's got good short run speed, considering that he qualified 2nd today. This might be another one of those races where the glitches pay in Bell's favor. He won at Talladega earlier this season in the Geico 500 because everybody else DNF'd in the race during the first set of pit stops. The glitches work against you so many times in this game, the glitches and the bugs, but every now and then they pay off in your favor. This one has paid off in Bell's favor, though Bell has had the fastest car in the race regardless. But luckily, the cautions did not hurt the momentum. You just have to keep an eye on whoever's in 2nd place in this one. And again, Bell still has to pit one more time. I don't think we've seen the last caution considering how many we've seen in this race today, but we could have seen the last yellow. Well, yeah, the weird thing is, too, when they had that patch come out yesterday, they didn't even announce it till this morning, even though the patch was out for a full day. So I don't know what the deal was there. Got 24 people watching right now, 18 likes on the stream. Definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content. Full race live streams, realistic commentary on the daily, whether it is real races on the weekend. Of course, with it being the off season, you're not going to see any of that for a little while, a couple months yet, but doing a lot of video game stuff right now, currently with NASCAR 21 Ignition. At some point this offseason, we'll pick NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 back up again. And I got a new video game I'm going to debut that, as far as I know of, it is a racing game that no other NASCAR YouTuber that I know has even played this game. I don't know what I'm going to do on it yet, but we'll be doing some realistic commentary there, again, during the offseason. So that's going to be fun. I want to keep that a surprise. I plan on definitely starting that within very, very soon. There will be a teaser kind of trailer video, like saying what the game is before we actually, start it. I don't know if I'm going to live stream it or not yet. I'm sure you guys would probably like me live streaming it, so I'll probably live stream it. But I'll have to play it on my own to get used to, because I have not played the game since I was a little kid. So, but it is the best game of that genre of racing. That's all I can tell you. It is an old game, too. For the PS2. Closing in on about 100 to go, so we're going to have to keep an eye out here. Bell did not pit during the last caution. He pit during the second to last or the third to last yellow. So I'm not sure exactly how far he's going to be able to go on fuel. He's, though with the yellows, only had to make 2 stops so far. So what looked like it was going to be a 4-stop race coming into this one now is only going to be a 3-stopper. But again, we don't know what the scenario is here. If second place has made adjustments, Denny Hamlin definitely seems faster than Christopher Bell. He's just struggling in lap traffic a little bit more, at least for the short run. No clue if anybody's out of the race. I'd imagine with 15 cautions, we've got some drivers out. I mean, yeah, you guys can take guesses. I'm not going to say if it is, but I'll deny the ones that it is. It's not Gran Turismo now. I don't think I've ever played Gran Turismo. I don't think anybody's going to guess it. A lot of you guys might not even know what the game is, but it is a classic. I'm excited. I've had the game for a couple weeks. I haven't even, like, really opened... I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't even seen the cover of it yet. It's still in the Amazon package. But I've had it for a couple weeks. I've been specifically holding off until the off-season. Well, we're in the off-season now, so it'll be coming out pretty shortly. Really, really big pack of lap cars coming up for Bell. A lot of them running 2x2. We got one car in the pit lane all of a sudden. The window is not open to make it to the end of the race yet. Once we get to 84 laps to go, we know Bell can make it to the end. I don't think he wants to short pit, though, in case we get any cautions again the rest of the race. May split the run in half, though, just so we don't run out of gas, because all those cautions coming out, I don't know if the crew chief is going to say anything for fuel, and I don't know exactly when the last lap was that we pitted out of technicality with the yellows coming out. So we'll probably pit somewhere around 50, 60 to go if we don't get a caution before then. 3-wide action on this jumbled up front stretch. Martin Truex Jr. trying to throw a block on his teammate. Truex is in second. We know he's got a fast car. But he is stuck in heavy lap traffic right now. He's trying to block Christopher Bell to the inside to make some contact down the backstretch. That really stalled out the 20. Truex potentially trying to just stay on the lead lap. Bell down to the apron on the front stretch. Bell trying to keep pace with the 19. Soft, welcome to the stream. NASCAR Unleashed, no. I haven't played that game in a while either. That's PS3, though. I mean, they might have it for PS2. I know I had it for PS3. Truex on the outside. Bell on the inside. Oh, a little contact off the exit of turn 4. Bell was going to try to side draft Truex. He got into him. Bell to the outside. Truex on the bottom now. Bell gets a great run off the exit of 2. He almost puts it in the wall, though. He had to lift. That was really, really close to putting it into the outside wall. Big run off the high side. Swings by the 19 of Truex into the dog leg without going to the apron that time. He's going to give up the bottom so he doesn't have too awkward of an entry into the corner with how much speed he carried in. Gets the run off the exit of 2, and he pulls Truex. So he's at least got a 1-lap lead on the field again. 100 laps to go at Phoenix this time by. Yes, I do have the DLC. That's why we got the Bell Irwin paint scheme tonight. He's got Bell and Craftsman now. The awesome 48 fan Hunter, welcome to the stream. And Truex he definitely has speed. I think Bell might have fresher tires. I don't think every car pitted after the caution and during the last couple cautions, because Truex was faster than Bell earlier in the race. At one point, it was after the first set of green flag stops that Truex was faster than Bell. Well, that's why I'm thinking Bell is pulling away for that reason. Big bunch of lap cars coming up. It's definitely NASCAR Heat 2002. It is not. It is not a NASCAR game. I think I said that earlier, but it is not a NASCAR game. So I kind of figured it's probably a racing game that you guys might not know of, but it is a classic. I have not played this game. Man, I don't know how old I would have been. I remember our old PlayStation 2. We had it when we still had the PlayStation 3. But I can't remember exactly when it went out. So I was probably around, like, I would have had to have been probably 12, 13 the last time I played it. It may be younger than that. It's possible, but... But it's a pretty old game. Might be the oldest I ever played on the channel. I think it's older than NASCAR Thunder 04, which came out in 2003. I'm pretty sure it's older than that. Need for Speed. It is not Need for Speed. That I have played before. That's also been a while. Have the tires been out the fuel? Yeah, exactly. Again, Bell will have to pit. We don't... I would assume that Bell's got fresher tires, so the AI, the rest of the field, will pit before Christopher Bell. We'll have to just wait and see when exactly Bell himself is going to pit. Alex Bowman up to 5th place. Ethan Richardson, welcome to the stream. Short track racing, indeed. As Joey Logano would say. What do I think of patch 2.5? It has not fixed a lot. We have, this is only the second race I've ran since the patch. Last night we did Atlanta, the Quaker State 400 full race. Tonight, the Instacart 500 at Phoenix full race. We've had many bugs, many glitches still. It said it has fixed the caution issue, but not fully. Obviously, we have had caution issues both last night and tonight still. As far as like restart and scoring and all that, that needs still to be majorly fixed. Wrecking on, the restarts, it's still happening. We did not wreck on the restarts last night at Atlanta, but there was an issue with the scoring. That we lost 3 laps when we should have finished on the lead lap, and that dropped us to a 10th place finish. We did not have a car that could have won. Harvick definitely had the fastest car, and he still won the race, but we should have finished top 5, and they got to take it away from us. Still got a top 10, but could have gotten a couple more points out of that. That could be costly. It could cost us a couple playoff points, depending on how the regular season standings finish out. '54, born in 1967. There you go. Should play the show. I have played MLB The Show on the channel. There's only 3 occasions I have not played a racing / NASCAR. Mostly these NASCAR games I played on the channel, but only 3 times. And one of the times was actually like a couple weeks ago. We played NCAA 05 because NASCAR 21 Ignition wasn't working. And it was the off season, and it was like a Saturday night, so I was like, what the heck, it's college football season. Let's turn it on. We had like an instant classic against Michigan State. We won the game on a Hail Mary. Probably the greatest finish I've ever had playing any like football game of any kind and it happened to be on stream. It's hilarious. But then we played MLB The Show twice when 21 came out back in the spring, but that was it. Those are both private. You can't go back and watch those anymore. Those aren't on the channel. Just because this is a racing and NASCAR channel, but those were kind of like random one-offs. Apparently there's NASCAR 2001 for PS2. I did not know that. Play Diamond Dynasty? I have not even played the show since... I think the last time I played it was... I want to say when I was at Bristol. I took my PS4 with me, and there was like 2 days out of like the 4 nights I was in Bristol for the full race weekend that I was playing that, passing time at the night at the cabin. I think I did it before. I think I was playing it before we left for the Cup race on Saturday and before the Xfinity race on Friday. I was playing it. I think that's the last I played of it. I've never played NASCAR 2001 though.
Clear, clear, clear.
Yeah, I hope the new NCAA game will be good. I plan on getting it. EA has got the rights, correct? Corey LaJoy with some damage. Definitely saw him pack it into the back of another car on one of those restarts a little while ago.
Clear, clear, clear.
So again, 2 cautions from tying the record, 3 from breaking a record for the most in a race this season. Do I like baseball? Oh, heck yeah. I'm a Tigers fan. I'm a Detroit sports fan for everything except for NFL. I'm a Packers fan. That's because pretty much, I mean, well, but my aunt and uncle are Packers fans, but my dad got me a Brett Favre jersey when I was younger. Maybe I liked the Packers when I was like really, really young. But whatever reason, first vivid memory is having a Brett Favre jersey, and ever since then I've been a Packers fan. I've been blessed with great teams almost my entire life. Pretty much my entire life. I can only remember 3 seasons we missed the playoffs, and that was when Rodgers was hurt 2 of the years, and then his first season as full-time starter. But outside of that, we've been championship contenders ever since. I got to see him win a Super Bowl in 2011, so that was pretty cool. The Tigers have never won a World... I think the Tigers are the only team that I've not seen win a championship. That, I've never seen my favorite driver. NASCAR by far is far and away my favorite sport, obviously, and I've never seen my favorite driver win a championship there. I might shed tears if it ever happens. I've never seen my favorite driver win a Daytona 500 before either, so... I finally got to see my guy Ryan Blaney win a race in person this year at Michigan. That was a dream come true. But, so I finally got to mark that off, but... Yeah, for sure. Tigers are on the up and up, though, right now. They're making some moves in the offseason. I don't think they're done yet making moves. And we'll see what they can do. They were almost 500 this year. I think we finished 3rd in the division, which was higher than what I thought we would. But, yeah, Tigers won in 84 was the last time they won a World Series, but I was not alive for it. I wasn't born until 99, so that was well before my time. Let's just say my dad was 8 years old the last time, if I'm doing my math. Yeah, 8 years old when they won a World Series last time. So he can barely remember it, but yeah. He was able to see it. I go to a lot of baseball games, too. I only went to one this year because I was going to a lot of races. That's one thing, though. I'm not going to as many anymore with going to NASCAR races. So. It's a good sacrifice, though. But I still try to at least make at least one a year. But I definitely plan on going to more next year. BJ McLeod just coming off the pit lane right now. Kyle Larson losing another lap. The Hendrick cars have really fallen off the pace with Larson in 10th and then Chase Elliott back to 9th. Elliott definitely has a top 5 car at speed, or at least did in the first half of the race, but the caution did not play out in his favor as well as Kyle Larson's. Yeah, my dad's a Raiders fan too. He was a Raiders fan because they were really good back in the late 70s, early 80s when he was a kid. So he's been a Raiders fan for life since. So he's excited that they've actually been playing pretty good this year. Well, they made the playoffs last year too, if I'm not mistaken. They just lost them all. It was either last year or the year before they made the playoffs. And Bell still has to pit one more time before the end of the race. We have less than 80 laps to go in the Instacart 500 at Phoenix.
2 on the outside. You're 3.
3 wide down the backstretch right now for Bell. Makes a pass. He stayed out of trouble all day for himself outside of the AI glitches. When we had a bunch of restarts back to back to back to back to back 15 times in a row, and no exaggeration. Yeah, my dad's favorite athlete of all time is Bo Jackson. Baseball, football, didn't matter. I mean, again, he was a Raiders fan, so it probably helps, but
Clear. Call right.
he always tells me to this day that Bo Jackson was his favorite player. He's got a Bo Jackson Raiders jersey.
Call right. Clear.
Raiders' last playoff game was 2016. Oh, I was thinking they made it recently. I was thinking they made it as a wild card team either last year or the year before. My bad on that. Also, I was thinking it was 2016. Carr was quarterback, right? 2016? I believe he was. I didn't think it was that long ago already. It's crazy. Got to meet Bo Jackson. He's as strong as advertised. Yeah, he's definitely a thick dude. $27 people currently watching the stream right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Christopher Bell has been dominating this race all day long at the Phoenix Raceway, just trying to make it to the end at this point. He's got one more pit stop to make as well. 15 cautions in this race today, and really definitely changed the race pace itself. Not sure when Bell is going to pit exactly, but we're also not sure how far he can go on fuel, other than the fact no matter what, he can't make it to the end because we restarted with about 128 to go. If we did go green to the end, it would be the longest green flag run of the day. Oh yeah, Herschel Walker was... He was a beast too. Carr was still the quarterback. At least I remember that.
Clear. Stay left. Clear.
Bell makes his way around Stenhouse. Got a great run off turn 4. Underneath Byron. Byron's back at 24th. He was up in 3rd place earlier. So talk about the Hendrick Chevys outside of Alex Bowman that were not having great runs originally, but now... or were having great runs, but now aren't having as great of runs. William Byron has really lost out. He is back at 24th. And remember, he came in 29 points behind Hamlin, second in the regular season standings. And Hamlin was the driver outside the top 10, but he slowly kind of got his way inside the top 5 on speed before the cautions. He now runs 3rd as of the last time we saw Denny Hamlin, but Byron no longer there with him. He's going to lose a lot of points to the 11. And
All clear.
Alex Bowman could very well take over second place in points now, considering Bowman's in the top 5 and he's not far behind Denny himself. Now Hamlin is still in third place,
Got one right.
2.5 seconds ahead of Bell. Well, Bell having at least a 1-lap lead on the field, he is, whenever he decides to pit, going to repair more damage on the front of the 20. Again, it's only there because of the AI glitch on the restarts that we were having, so it actually really didn't register, but because obviously the car still got a lot of speed. Charles Woodson, yeah, he is. Actually, Charles Woodson, interesting fact, I might have stated this on the channel before. Obviously, he played for my dad's Raiders, but he played for my Green Bay Packers as well. So, I have a Packers jersey of his. My dad's got a Raiders jersey of his. And not only that, but he is definitely one of my favorites of all time. He actually grew up not too far from where I live. Fremont, Ohio. About 15 minutes. He went to high school 15 minutes away from where I live. He's younger than my dad by a few years. I think my dad... Oh, you know what? No, now that I think about it, they might be the same age because he graduated college in 98. Woodson did, I think. My dad graduated high school in 94, so I guess they would be about the same age. They did not go to the same school though. But I think they're the same age. But yeah, I got to represent Charles Woodson. Yeah, he was in the league for a long time. I don't know when he retired exactly. It was in the early 2010s. He won the Super Bowl with the Packers, and then he went back to the Raiders shortly thereafter for a couple seasons again. I want to say 2 seasons after he left Green Bay. It was probably the early to mid 2010s, and yeah, I mean, he graduated in 98, so he would have been a rookie 99? Or he's in the 98 draft with Manning, and yeah, so he would have been rookie in 98, I guess. Bell is closing in on second place Martin Truex Jr. again, which would mean that Bell would have a 2-lap lead at least over Martin Truex Jr. And that might be a good time for Christopher Bell to hit pit road here very, very soon so he doesn't risk running out of fuel. And we know he could go about 84 laps. Definitely was not going to make it to the end. We restarted with 128 laps to go. Off that last restart, he did not pit during the last caution either. It was the second or third to last caution where he pit, but they were all coming out back to back. So really, as far as green flag laps are concerned, he never ran any green flag laps. I just don't know with this game because there's no telemetry exactly how much fuel you eat up during the cautions, if you even eat any up at all. Truex caught behind the lap car of James Davidson. Bell much faster. At this point in the run especially, still likely has a little bit fresher tires than Christopher Bell now. Has at least a 2-lap lead on the field, by far the largest lead of the race for Bell, as he tries to get his 5th win of the season and of his career, ending a 9-race winless streak on the season. Thought about taking it 3 wide into the corner, but he didn't want to Put Harvick in a bad spot there.
2 on the outside.
Just get around Harvick on the front stretch instead.
Clear all around.
Harvick in 4th place, having a good run coming off that win at Atlanta last night. He's looking for back-to-back top 5s, trying to climb himself as far into the running order for the regular season championship as possible. No stream tomorrow night, but we will have a premiere of the NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode. That will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be the race highlights from our Pennzoil 200 at Las Vegas on the Career Mode, our first 50% race of the Career Mode season out of 4. So tune in for that one. Again, those highlights will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time premiere. I will be in the chat for those races, and then we'll have a double header again on the channel on Sunday, just like we did last weekend, with a Career Mode premiere at noon, and we'll be live streaming the next race of the custom schedule season at Texas Motor Speedway at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday evening. So that will be our double header. So our next live stream will not be until 5 p.m. for this custom schedule season on Sunday, but you can catch a couple premieres between now and then of the Career Mode. One tomorrow night and then one on Sunday afternoon. And you can check the community tab on the channel for the weekend scheduled events, but I figured I'd let you guys know on top of it right now, especially with a lot of new people subscribing to the channel, watching the channel on a daily basis. It seems like you guys have definitely helped me out a ton. And if you are new to the channel and wondering why I do full races, why I do realistic commentary, is to hopefully get into the booth one day in the sport of NASCAR. This is just kind of the jump start of that. Doing realistic commentary, putting my voice out there. That's why we do it for video games, why we do the full races as well. Same thing with the real races on the race weekend, commentating the entire race. Not every race, considering that I go to a lot of races during the season as well, but most races that I don't go to, at least between the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup, we do at least one race out of the race weekend. So I'll plan on doing quite a few more again next year when the season starts back up with the Busch Clash in February. We'll be doing live commentary of that. Then I'll be at Daytona for the 500, and then the following week I'll be at Auto Club. So after the Clash, probably not going to do another live commentary race until the weekend of, I believe, Vegas is the 3rd race of the year, if I remember correctly. So we'll do something there that weekend. But when I'm at the track for the race weekend, I post race highlights from the grandstands. I seem to have a lot of fun watching that stuff throughout the course of the season. Take about 15 to 20 minutes of clips of the race, sometimes more. From my seat in the grandstand, so you get a feel of what it's like to watch a race, at least chopped up. Should be a professional commentator for NASCAR. Well, thanks, man. That's the goal one day. I'm still very much young. I'm only 22. Got a long road ahead of me, a lot of work still to get through. This is just that first foot in the door to get the name out there, so that's why we have the channel. And it has been growing tremendously over the last, pretty much, really the last 3 to 4 weeks, especially on the channel. We just hit 1,000 subs recently. We're going beyond that, so greatly appreciated, everybody. Bell still has not made his final pit stop yet. We're at lap 263. So we have exactly 50 laps to go. He's got to be pushed it quite a bit here on fuel. We've seen some cars pit recently. Not super recently, but within this green flag run. .49 to go at the line now this time. The crew chief still has not said anything about fuel, but I have a bad feeling he might not with all the cautions that came out.
Clear.
And with no telemetry again, Bell probably doesn't want to risk it too much further. He's got a 2-lap lead.
Stay left.
At least a 2-lap lead.
All right, hold your line.
So Bell will pit this time by. Not going to risk it any further. No need to with a gigantic lead. He wants to make sure he has this race won. 4 tires and fuel for Christopher Bell. No adjustments needed on this final pit stop of the day. It'll be the second green flag stop of the day for the Euro 120 team. You're the commentator. I make a petition to NASCAR only to commentate the channel I'm commentating on. That's funny. That's funny. I just find it funny how he just beats the door with the hammer, like of all places. Not like bashing the hood back down again. Just beating the driver's side door. Just taking all of his anger out on Christopher Bell. I mean, every kid's dream is to be a driver in NASCAR. And I grew up racing really until I was like, man, 18, 19 years old, at least in go-karts and stuff. And it just wasn't really going anywhere either. But, you know, commentating has always been like kind of that backup option, even when I was younger. Like when I was playing with, you know, toy cars when I was younger, toy diecast, I was always commentating races and stuff, just while the race was actually going on. Well, good timing for Christopher Bell to pit. We just saw at least one more driver come into the pits right after him. Bell still has the lead. I would not be surprised if everybody was back on the lead lap, though. But Bell is plenty good on fuel and tires at the end of the race now. He's just trying to stay out of the way and hope it stays green long enough for everybody to cycle through. Just going to have to be careful of more cars pitting. Oh, man, Bell just overran turn 3. Scraped that inside retaining wall. That could have been pretty bad. Thought he was hauling the mail before. Now look at him with fresh tires. So more cars coming into the pit lane. Plan for Bell's to stay out of the pits if we get any more cautions the rest of this race. Commentary sure is why most of us are here. There you go. See, keep it interesting. No, honestly, like the reason why I did stick with YouTube, because when you first start a YouTube channel, you're just not sure. You know, you don't know what the outlook's going to be. But I was very fortunate in the very first stream I did, NASCAR Heat 4 Daytona 500. I mean, it took off in the right way. A lot of streams after that didn't take off. That one took off. It's still, I think, like the fourth or fifth most like viewed stream on the channel, even to this point. Had like over 10,000 views in the first year of the channel, and that, you know, all the comments on there about like this guy should be a commentator or stuff like that, or this guy sounds like a real commentator, like that stuff, like was what I was shooting for day one, and to have that actually turn out for you guys, because yeah, I could consider it myself that, you know, that's what I'm going for, but you know, it has to be fans, and it's got to be random people that, you know, actually judge, and to get that good feedback back, that just, I mean, that drove me from day one to want to do more. And you know, now we've done this for over a year and a half, and it's really been a cool ride, cool experience for sure. And I mean, that's why I thank you guys at the end of every stream and during every stream, like multiple times, whether it's new people just tuning in, just because I do appreciate it that much. I do appreciate it that much. I'm still working a full-time job. You know, I'm not, you know, in a career field that I would want to be working my whole life, but it is a place that is tolerable and honestly is a really good job, all things considered. But, you know, that's not my dream job at the same time, too. Oh man! Contact. Turns 1 and 2. I think that's the 17 of Chris Buescher, who pulled down right in front of the 1 of Kurt Busch. Buescher almost went around. Kurt couldn't check up in time and got into the back of him. You saw the sparks flying there. And Bell's going to get by both of them right now. 50 laps to go this time by. Or sorry, 40 laps. 40 laps to go that time by. Another car's loose. Coming out of the pit lane, Ross Chastain to the 42. That's why Bell went all the way to the apron in 1 and 2. That time he saw it ahead of time. Didn't check up any extra.
Got one right. Clear.
Apply ESPN. I wouldn't want to work for ESPN right now anyway. They don't have any motorsports coverage outside of F1. I'm obviously not getting that job. I'm not like... I don't really know a whole lot about F1 either, so it wouldn't even be a good fit for me anyway. I mean, I'm a NASCAR guy, stock car racing, dirt racing. Like, that would be like my ideal like commentating background. Just because I know a lot more about that. It's a big mix of cars that still haven't pit, and that's why you see a lot of guys checking up right now in the front stretch. Well, this is getting nuts. Almost 4 wide into turns 1 and 2. Bell going all the way down to the apron of the track, just trying to steer it clear. There's Austin Dillon pulling into the pits. Everybody checked up on the outside with Dillon pulling in, and Bell rips around about 4 or 5 cars. I mean, that's true. I don't think ESPN's done. You know, if NASCAR gains popularity, enough popularity back again. I mean, look at, like, the NHL. They just picked the NHL back up again this year. As McDowell just about spins it, around goes McDowell. Michael McDowell spins back in front of traffic off the front bumper of the 5 of Larson. Looked like he collected a couple other cars. And it looked like he had it saved until he overcorrected it. Last thing Bell wants is a caution this late in the race. Even with at least a 1-lap lead on the field after everything cycled through, but... my goodness. It's about the 2nd or 3rd time we've almost seen an accident here over the last 5 to 10 laps. We've had 15 total. Bell just trying to survive to the finish. Jeff Gordon... oh, I wouldn't be a color commentator. Oh my goodness. Ryan Blaney getting loose. There's been a lot of drivers just completely washing around in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Almost as if they're driving on black ice. And now we have a caution. Caution is out for the 16th time today with less than 40 laps to go at Phoenix. Bell's going to stay out of the pits. And we might be having issues with the restart again. I'm not entirely sure. Green flag is back in the air. Bell's trying to nail the restart up the middle. A lot of cars stalling out. I don't know what was going on there, but they are still slowing up. As we are back to green flag racing with less than 30 laps to go. More cars coming into the pits as they stack up in turns 1 and 2. Pace car is out on the track, and we get another caution. So the pace car was out on the track still. Our 17th caution of the race, tying a stream record. Alejandro Tapia, welcome to the stream. Is NASCAR ignition worth it now? No, it is not. You are seeing glitches as we speak. We have another pace car glitch. This is the 3rd time tonight we have now seen glitches. And there it is. So another caution. Bell having to survive the late race restarts. And we are 1 caution away from a new stream record for the most cautions in a single race in channel history. No matter what game it is, we played NASCAR Thunder 2004, NASCAR Heat 4, NASCAR Heat 5, NASCAR 21 Ignition now, NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Very narrow going up the middle on these restarts for Christopher Bell. Not sure if the pace car is still out there again. Hell, almost got into the wall. But having to survive. We know he's good on fuel to the end of the race. A lot of cars still slow. Cody Ware is slow, almost gets drilled, and there's the record. Caution is out again. 18th caution of the race. We may never break this record ever in the channel's history because I don't think we're done yet. Less than 20 to go. Oh, fell in the wall on the restart. Game is taken over there. And we get another caution. So caution's out again. 19th. Let's just keep rounding them back up again. It looks like we're going to have 9 laps to go on the restart. My goodness. Coming to a complete stop again. Make that 20 cautions in the race. 20 cautions in the race now. And we're going to have 3 laps to go on the restart. Somehow we're going to have to get to the white flag, though, for the race to actually end under a caution. There it is. Caution's out again. Bell will pit. Might as well. Caution's out again. Christopher Bell's going to pit so we can try to end this caution spree. Our 21st of the race. I mean, we're only 2 away from breaking an all-time NASCAR record, let alone a stream record. What a crazy race. Hopefully it does not trap us a lap down is the only thing we can hope for here. Christopher Bell still in the lead on the restart, and we are now in overtime. First ever overtime finish on NASCAR 21 Ignition. The game is wrecking me off the restart again. Green flag back in the air. I'm assuming Bell is still the only car in the lead lap, but we're not 100% sure. And for whatever reason, we're in overtime, but it says we have 5 laps to go. That's another glitch with this game. It's the first overtime finish in NASCAR 21 Ignition history on the channel. And our overtime, instead of 2 laps, is actually 6 laps. Now that I think about it, it is 6 laps. 48 of Bowman challenging to the outside of Christopher Bell all of a sudden. Now we got 5 laps to go. Crew Chief said 3 to go. Are we still racing to 3? I don't know what's going on here. This is just insane. We got more cars in the pits. Oh, man. Bell didn't see Bowman to the outside. Contact made down the backstretch. Bell just trying to stay out of harm's way. Crew Chief says 2 to go. On the upper right-hand corner of the screen, it shows 4 to go. We're just going to keep racing, even if it gets to lap 312, just in case. We'll see if Bell will get the white flag this time by. Well, there it is. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go here at Phoenix for Christopher Bell. Oh, we got cars checking up in the middle of turns 1 and 2, right in front of the 48 of Alex Bowman. Look at Reddick to the high side. Bell to the inside. Reddick almost gets squeezed into the wall down the back straightaway now by David Reagan. Into 3 and 4, presumably one last time for Christopher Bell. Checkered flag will be waving off turn 4. Bell is a winner at Phoenix. 5th win of his career, 5th win of the season for Christopher Bell. 21 cautions, a new stream record. And finally, this race has come to an end in overtime. I don't know, somehow Bell won by 4 laps. Again, he was the benefactor of those cautions and just kept lapping the field. We should have been about 2 laps ahead, but with all the yellows, honestly, enough drivers would have gotten the free pass that we probably should have actually been racing cars on that overtime restart. There was, how many glitches we see? We saw the pace car glitch. We saw the caution repeated glitch twice. We saw the pit road glitch at the start of the stream before we actually started the race. What else did we have? Well, we had the glitch where cars were going a lap down on restarts again, the scoring glitch on cautions. So that's 4 glitches. I think there's a 5th one I might be missing. Oh, overtime. The overtime glitch. Yeah, it said we had For whatever reason, we were in overtime, but we had 4 laps to go, but it was showing we had 6 laps to go. So I don't know what was going on there. So yeah, we had 5 glitches total in the race today. As you can see, the patch has not really fixed the game much. We had some glitches last night, even glitchier of a night. But in the end, Christopher Bell gets the win, his 9th top 10 of the year, 7th top 5, 5th win of the season now. Has 2 more than Denny Hamlin. So 25 playoff points on the year. Take a look at the running, or I should say finishing results. It's a 1-2-3 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing. Bell with the win. Mark Truex Jr. finishes 2nd. Denny Hamlin finishes 3rd. Tyler Reddick with a great run finishing 4th. Alex Bowman rounds out the top 5. The top 5 are all drivers who have won this season, actually. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will be the first driver without a win in the top 10, finishing 6th. Kevin Harvick comes off a win. Had a top 5 car, but finished 7th tonight. Chase Elliott also had a top 5 car. Fell back on those restarts, finishing 8th. Kurt Busch 9th. Kyle Larson rounds out the top 10. Only 2 DNFs. Austin Dillon and Michael McDowell. Despite the fact that we had 21 cautions, only 2 DNFs in today's race. This is just insane. What a night. It's over, though. We finally got it to an end after almost 3 hours. And about an hour delayed start. Well, history on the channel nonetheless. Most cautions. And again, Christopher Bell gets his 5th win of the year. Again, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the next. It's not going to be a stream. It will be a premiere that I have pre-recorded. I will be in the chat throughout the entire thing. It'll be our full race highlights of a 50% race on the career mode at Las Vegas at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time again tomorrow night for the Pennzoil 200. So tune in for that one. It was a pretty good race. I will say so myself. And not as many cautions as we saw tonight, that is for sure. But probably the most normal mile-and-a-half race I think we had. But again, it was a 50% race. It wasn't a full race. But hey, we still got to the end. Have to tune in and see what happened on the career mode again. I will be with you guys in the chat. Like, share, and subscribe as always for more daily NASCAR content. 25 likes on the stream as of ending it right now. Again, thank you. Wild night, to say the least. And have a good start to your weekend. Enjoy some college football tomorrow afternoon. Go Blue. And again, I will see you guys next time.